Hey, what's going on in my room? Nothing's really happening. Gonna have an ECG done in about an hour. You have to go to the hospital for that, I think. Um, so they can check my heart. Apparently, I think that's what it's about. Just to check that I'm healthy, I guess. I think that's what it is. Um, Probably have to take it just because I'm on medication. Except for I'm not taking my medication, but they don't know that. Every time the doctor gives me medication, I put it under my tongue and drink the water and then just swallow. Um, but I don't swallow the tablets, you know, because they're under my tongue, and I just say thank you, and then I go up to my room and I spit it back out in the sink. Because I don't believe in medication. It just causes problems, I reckon. And it just makes everything harder than it should be, and it gives me anxiety. And um, I mean, these are antipsychotics because apparently I'm schizophrenic. That's what they think. And I'm not schizophrenic. I've just had a history of being insecure. I've just had a history of being insecure, and um, that's all it is. I mean, if you can say that being insecure can lead to being schizophrenic, maybe that's a possibility. I don't really understand what they mean by schizophrenic, though. I don't really understand the term, what it means, what being schizophrenic is. I don't really understand that. Um, Maybe am schizophrenic. Well, I don't think I'm schizophrenic anymore, even if I have been. I don't know. Um, but it's fear that mm, leads to these illnesses. Fear can do that. Um, Starts off as one little thing, scared to approach a girl, and before you know it, you're scared to do anything. You're scared to, it just builds up and you make it a bigger deal than it is. This is pretty common now in people. Everybody is scared. Um, Nobody approaches girls really. It's a pretty rare sight to see somebody approach a girl, you know. Usually people back away from it, and they um, people don't care, that's one thing. Sometimes people just don't care. But I mean, there's a reason people end up like that, end up just not caring or just not doing it, not approaching the girls for whatever reason. A big thing is fear of, the police. For example, if you approach a girl and she looks kind of young, but you can't really tell how old she is, that could be a dangerous thing. Because if you're approaching a minor, you could go to jail. So you want to refrain from doing that. Um, or just approaching girls. Sometimes it's scary just because girls can be really mean. They can be really mean. You know, they can say hateful things to you, say fuck off weirdo or whatever, and that can ruin your day. And everybody wants to be happy at the end of the day. Um, so people will choose the safe option just to be happy. But to be honest, it's a lie as well, because I think we all know deep down that even if we approach and they say fuck off, you weirdo or whatever they say, we'll get over it. You know, be a man. Like no one's gonna be crying about it at night. It's not gonna be a big deal. It might hurt for a bit, but it doesn't really. It won't last forever, and we all know that. You know, a fool will think that they're not doing it to be happy. But like I said, we know deep down that we'll get over it, you know. Um, but then but then also, you know, we want to be happy in life, and sometimes the way we approach life is gonna allow us to be happy. So maybe being a fool in a moment or believing something like don't approach him because it will make you happy in the long run. I mean, that might be true. You know, if the way you go about life is not approaching girls because you're scared to be hated on or whatever, or you're scared to be rejected or whatever, maybe you'll be happy that way. You know, maybe if you try too hard and you start approaching girls, maybe you will be miserable because it's a really intense thing to go through. If you're gonna do it every day, you know. Um, but it's your choice. It's your life. You do whatever you want. Approach the girl if you want, or don't approach her if you don't want. Um, I think a big thing like approaching the girl, a big reason we do it is because we want to prove ourselves to ourselves. We want to say, yes, I can do it. Um, and you know, you never know what you'll get out of it. Maybe you'll get laid. You never know. But it does seem unlikely. Um, um, and sex isn't that big of a deal anyway. You know, people get really worked up about it. They think sex is such a big deal. You know, and it's really not. I mean, don't get me wrong, sex with a really hot girl is it's a pretty big deal. But I don't know, it is and it isn't. Well, it is. Okay, it is. um, but it's hard to get to that point where you will have sex with a girl. Because there's just so much that can go wrong when you approach a girl, you know. Um, there's girls are pretty stupid, and if you do one thing that's a little bit weird or whatever, they'll say, all right, goodbye, and they'll never speak to you again just because of that one moment where you did something weird. You know, they think it's a big deal, you know. I know it's not a big deal, but to women it is a big deal, you know. Um, so it can get pretty tiresome to try and sleep with women, to try and approach women and sleep with them because, like I say, it's like women are a nightmare. You know. I mean, I know myself though. I know I'm pretty weird as a person, so I think I just find it hard to sleep with women because I'm just too weird. I'm not a bad looking guy, but I am a weirdo, you know. Um, I get weirded out by by situations or by things, and it just pushes women away. But I don't really mind because I understand that the only thing that's important in life is music, you know. So writing a good song is a lot more. You know, I'm a lot happier with myself if I write a good song compared to if I approach a woman in the streets and I get laid, you know? Because getting laid is just like, it's just a waste of time, you know? But that is also a pretty sad outlook on things. I mean, I should learn to approach women and actually get to bed with them, you know? Because when I'm older, I'm probably gonna regret it. I'm 29, I've had sex twice in my life. That's pretty sad, you know? I think I should have had sex a lot more, but you know, it's hard to get women, you know. I don't want it to ruin my day. I don't want to like because I can approach women and I can make a good impression, good first impression, but then I can do something that weirds them out because, like I said, I'm a weirdo, and that can go from like that can make me feel good because I approached them and that made them happy, but then I feel bad because I did something that pushed them away, you know. Um, but it's your life, you know. You do what you want, but you know it's. I mean, I think I should encourage people to not be scared and to approach women because you've got to do it. You got to do it in your life. You know, you can't not approach women all your life because that's just sad. You know, you have to approach them sometimes. Keeps life interesting, keeps life fun. Alright, that's all I'm gonna say. Alright, bye.